Back for another player build video on ESG Football 24, which is a free-to-play online 11-on-11, 7-on-7 football game. Supposed to drop in 2024, crew. We'll find out when it does. You know you'll be the first to know when I get the update, and we're gonna have fun together, crew. In this video, I have to give a shout out to the man Slim Shadow for the recommendation on the man Prime Time Deion Sanders, baby, coach of the Colorado Buffaloes currently. But we're talking about his football career, excuse me. Played college football at Florida State, the Seminoles, went to the Atlanta Falcons, played for the San Francisco 49ers, played for the Dallas Cowboys. First time he ever touched the field in the NFL, he fumbled the punt, and then he took it for a touchdown. The crazy thing about that is he said the first time he touches the football, he's going to score a touchdown, and he absolutely did, which is incredible. And we're going to build this one, crew. Primetime Deion Sanders, incredible dude, man. The guy was flashy, very talented, supremely fast. That guy's speed was uncharacteristically fast. Incredible speed, great player. Not too much of a tackler, but he's a Hall of Famer, crew. Hope you're enjoying this one. Be sure to drop a like, hit the sub and notification, and in the comments below, let me know if you want to see any other builds on this ESG Football 24, and I'll knock them out for you, baby. Without further ado, Primetime Deion Sanders. Let's go. Jumping into this build with Deion Sanders, the man number 21, prime time. Guy was an absolute legend, crew. Like I was saying in the beginning, he called it. When he got drafted, he said, the first time I touch a ball, I'm going to score a touchdown. He ended up getting the punt, fumbling it. This when he played for the Falcons, picking up the fumble that he muffed, ran it all the way back to the crib. Incredible how he called his shots. And Deion was just one of those cornerbacks that had coverage on lock. As a kid, we had this poster in my room, and the room is built by my brothers and my dad, and we called it the locker room because it's a place that we used to spend chopping it up about football after Friday night games with my brothers and seeing game tape, watching football, collecting action figures in those rooms. And so the locker room was a place that I grew up in, and we just always had, football family connections with. And that's what I call this room here is Locker Room 2.0, where I have my gaming, football, and all that bundled in one, because that's the same thing I had growing up. And Deion Sanders, we had a poster where he's sitting there on the top of a globe, and it says, water covers 70% of the earth, I cover the rest. And that's, to me, is what Deion Sanders was. This guy was a lockdown corner, amazing ability to break on the ball, to jump, just super aggressive when the ball was in the air. And once he got the pick, man, that guy had freaking wheels. So massive shout out for the recommendation on this build. It takes me back to watching Deion play for the Cowboys. That's why I remember him the most, playing for the Cowboys and the 49ers. But man, it's been fun to watch his progression into the game of, like, now he's coaching, but I grew up watching him as a player, so it was a really cool time to grow up and watch some ball, man. So we're going to start off with him. He was 6'1", 185, which is a little light in the ass, right? A little light in the ass. Deion was not a big hitter. He shied away from tackles, crew. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, he was an ankle biter. Where he made his money was picking the ball off. He had hands, glue hands like crazy, he had speed like crazy. But when somebody came around his side, it was just like having Deion on the field was like having 10 dudes on the field, because he was not going to tackle anybody if they ran to his side of the field. Like, if anything, he was just like you know how kickers do, they just sort of like whiff at the ankles. That was Deion, man. But shit, he was a specialist. And he was so special that he chose not to tackle. But massive love to him anyway, baby. So we're going to start this one out, crew. Height and weight is 6'1", 185. Let's go over to that skill set. And we're going to start off with, oh, man. What? I was just thinking about watching that cat play. It was funny, man. Super funny. And he's a special teams guy. So we actually have a special, we can actually use these special teams attributes to good use with the return man skill trait for sure. So let me see. Let me start off with 3 smotherer. So we're gonna focus on his coverage build first. So we're gonna make sure that his man coverage as a smotherer is 3. This is gonna be a cover heavy cornerback, and not worrying about tackling or physicality or any of that stuff. We're gonna make sure that he has speed, he can jump, he has agility, he can cover, and has the special teams ability as well. So we're gonna give him 3 smotherer, 3 patroller, because this is gonna move our zone coverage up with the patroller, and smotherer is more of our man coverage. And then we're gonna give him I wanted to put return man, which would be really good, or I want to get my speedster up there too, because his speed needs to be at least a 95 for sure. That's without a doubt. His speed needs to be at least a 95. But right now we have it as 3 smotherer, 3 patroller, 2 speedster. And I'm happy with that right now. I want to add the special teams attribute in there, the one that has return man, because he was such a dynamic player on special teams. But with the points that we have, which is 16 points that we can allocate towards badges and special teams, that's where I'm going to do it to manipulate his kick return and fielding and hands ability. Because right now, it's his kick accuracy, kick power, it doesn't matter. It's a 50 and a 40. His kick return fielding is an 80 right now, but his hands are at a 40. I need his hands higher and I need his fielding higher. And these other attributes will help round him out to be like speed, agility, and all that stuff. So right now we have coverage. His man coverage is 98, play recognition is a 95, press coverage is an 86, zone is a 102. Happy with that one. And we have 42 points to allocate. Receiving, we have 12 points. Catch and traffic, 65. Possessions, 87. Release, 77. 64 for route running, 80 for run after catch, 90 for miraculous catch. That's cool. Physicals, 30 points for our badges. Acceleration, 88. Agility is 86. Endurance is 99. Jump and speed are 88. Stamina is 99, strength is a 67. So I want his jump and his speed to be a lot higher. So we're gonna play with the badges to make sure that it'll weigh that out, so he can be that, that supreme speed and jumping ability. Because Deion was he's a freak athlete, man. He was an incredible athlete. Tackling, he was, like I said, he wasn't a big tackler. I think he was maybe 50s in the tackling if I were to rate him on tackling. But right now we have 9 points to allocate towards badges. Hit power is a 69, pursuit 66, strip is a 69, tackle is a 66. I'm cool with that. Not a big tackler. Rushing, we have 0 points available. Blocking 0, engaging 0, and we're looking good right there. I'm happy with the allocation of points that we have. We want a cover heavy build. He has hands, he has the speed, and he has some special teams. That's what I'm predominantly focusing on with this Deion build and with who he was as a player. He was just an impact player, right? He would make these incredible breaks on the ball, amazing interceptions. I'd have to look at the stats, but I can't tell you how many interceptions he had. The guy was just an absolute freak on the field. Him and Jerry Rice used to go head to head, and it was just always fun to watch that battle of a great wide receiver and a great cornerback. And that's just the way they played the game, with that intensity. You could tell there was sportsmanship to it, but there was like a hatred, there was like an animosity when they stepped on the field with one another, and they brought out the best in each other as athletes, and that was so much fun to watch. So I'm happy with what we have on the stats right here. We're gonna move over to the badges, and we're gonna balance this out a lot more. We might make it not even balanced out, just make it a little even more top heavy, so he can have his coverage and his speed up there, and also a special team. So let's move over to the badges and see what we have, crew. So starting off with blocking, we have 0 points available. Fine. Coverage, we have 42 points available. Active hands, we're gonna put this at a GOAT level. He had a nose for the ball. So when the ball was coming his way, he was extending them hands, baby. He was getting them hands out there. So we're putting the hands, active hands, all the way at a GOAT level. The Air Bandit is catch rating and catching an interception. You already know that's a GOAT level right there. Air defense, successful swat on the ball, that's gonna be at the GOAT level. Ball hawk, aggressive break on the ball, that's at a GOAT level. I mean, it's just like, this is so easy to do right now because the guy was just exceptional at what he does. Recovery, how quickly can he recover after performing aggressive break on the ball? I'll come back to that one. Lurk is the zone. Jammer's a press. Yeah, he's a good jammer. Let's put him up there. Island is the coverage rating. Let's put him there at a GOAT level. Influence, boost all defensive rating. Sentinel, zone coverage. Probability to decrease separation. Tip drill, maximum height. Unfakeable is the play recognition. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm put unfakeable right now. I'm gonna put this at a GOAT level. So right now we have 7 GOAT levels, and I'm put jammer down to Hall of Fame. I'm gonna bump recovery up. Put that down to Hall of Fame. Recovery up to a Hall of Fame. Just distributing the points a little bit better. Okay, I'm happy with this one, crew. We can go through and play with it after the fact, but this is what I have right now. Currently, we have 5 GOAT. We have active hands, Air Bandit, Air Defense, Ball Hawk, and Island. Active hands is the probability of extending his hands to catch the ball. He had glue hands, man. That guy would put his hands out there. He wanted to grab the ball. He wanted to make the plays happen. He was a playmaker, a game breaker. Active hands has to be at a GOAT level. Air Bandit is the catch rating when catching an interception. It speaks for itself. He's picking the ball. GOAT level. Air defense, probability performing a successful swat on the ball. If he's manned up on you, it's coming your way, and he's not able to actually pick it off, he can get the hands up there. The guy had wingspan. I have to look at his wingspan, but he had a good wingspan on him. He's swatting that ball. Air defense is at a GOAT level. Ball hawk, aggressive breaks on the ball. Like I mentioned, when he freaking broke on the ball, picked it, he recognized the play, broke on the ball and picked it, wheeled down the field. Ball hawk has to be at a GOAT level. Island, like that poster I was telling you about, crew. That's it. That was in my house. It's him sitting on the top of the world. The water covers 70% of the earth. I cover the rest. Yeah, I know they have Revis Island, but Deion was the original island, and that is a GOAT level right there. This is where he played around a little bit. So I had Jammer originally at the GOAT level, but I dropped it to Hall of Famer because I wanted to allocate more points to recovery and unfakeable. So we have 3 Hall of Famer. Jammer, which is the increased press rating because if he's playing man. Recovery is the ability to recover after performing an aggressive break on the ball. That's going to be at a Hall of Fame level. Play recognition, he's going to see what's happening on the field. He knows what plays to make. He knows if it's coming his way. He can recognize a play when it's about to happen. That is at a Hall of Fame level. I'm happy with the coverage on this one. Let me know your thoughts on this, crew. Where would you distribute the points and try to make this a little bit different, or are you happy with these coverage ratings that we have for these badges? Let me know. Engaging, we have 0. Passing is 0. Physical, yes, Afterburner is going to be at a GOAT. Cheetah's at a GOAT, so that's acceleration and speed with Afterburner and Cheetah. Wasn't real muscular, not a lot of strength, I would say. Skywalker is more of a GOAT level because his ability to jump. So Skywalker is our jump ability, and I think this is the first time we've actually ever used this badge. He could jump, so we're going to put that at pretty high, at a GOAT level. Shifty is going to be at a GOAT level. Quick adjuster, performing playmaker mechanic, elusive move, center fielder. That's a cover 1 zone, quick strafe. Center fielder, we're going to put, let's see, adjusting and player. Okay, so center fielder is going to be at a GOAT level. So I'm happy with the distribution right here. We have 5 GOAT level abilities. Afterburner, which is speed. Cheetah is acceleration. Shifty is agility. Skywalker is our jump rating. And center fielder is our speed rating when in a cover 1 zone. So I feel like that just really covers the build of Deion. He really wasn't going to try to make big tackles, right? He wanted the ball to come to him. So when he's in man, he's going to lock you up. That guy had enough ability and shiftiness to turn his hips, to stay with the receiver. Even if he did, get caught out of position, he was able to make up ground on the receiver and make plays on the ball. So that's why I feel like the shifty comes into play, because he had enough agility to catch up for any mistakes that he had. And that's because he had exceptional speed and he was very good on his feet. And so he had really quick feet, and that shifty agility is going to give us that ability to have that to replicate Deion's abilities in that respect. And center fielder is, it's a coverage heavy build. So I want him to have that speed rating in those zones when he's trying to make a break on a play that's happening within a zone. Even though he might be playing, the left or the right side of the field as the corner, he can make a break on the ball if he's creeping into a zone and the safety's not able to cover him up. So that's what we have right there, crew. We have 5 GOAT level: Afterburner, center fielder, Cheetah, Shifty, and Skywalker. And receiving, he had hands, so he could catch the ball. Sticky hands were attempting to catch a bullet. Twinkle toes, sideline catch, slick release. Okay, we're going to put jump ball at a GOAT level because if he's going against a receiver, he has the 50-50 chance of getting a miraculous catch against the receiver and winning that one. And what else do we have? Fancy feet, route running, catch in traffic, possession catch rating, high passes, human highlight, miraculous catch rating. Let me drop that down to Hall of Fame. Soft hands down to Hall of Fame. Box out up to. So I made the decision. I had jump ball and soft hands at a GOAT level, and jump ball is a miraculous catch, the 50-50 for a miraculous catch, and soft hands is the possession catch rating. I had those 2 at a GOAT level, but when I saw box out, I felt like with this ability, which is the 50-50 for a possession catch, he wasn't always making miraculous interceptions. He could play a receiver and position his body in a way to shield the receiver from the ball and pick it off. That's that box out ability. So when I saw that description, I had to put that at a Hall of Fame level. So we have 3 Hall of Fames. Box out, which is that 50-50 for performing a possession catch when he beats the receiver out. Jump ball is more of the miraculous catch, making like a miraculous play, but still winning that 50-50 play. And then soft hands is the possession catch rating because he had great hands and he could make a play on the ball and catch it when it came his way. Rushing, we have 0. Special teams, this is, so we have, let's see, kick. These are all kick ratings, height of the ball. So we're gonna do like we've been doing, GOAT level for Lionheart, GOAT level for focus, and then decrease opponent's return field rating, quirky bounce. The more the badges are mostly the kicker punter related. So, but Lionheart is the return hands rating. Focus is the return fielding rating, which he had. He was a punt returner and a kick returner. So he needs to have those at a GOAT level because that's where he excelled. Like I mentioned prior, he broke that first punt of his career, and you know, sort of the rest is history. The guy was he was an absolute playmaker. And then knuckleballer, I just put this one up there. Decreases the opponent's return field rating, and that's just more of like an influential player ability is what I feel just from what I'm reading on that one. He may not be punting the ball, but we had 16 points to allocate, so why not put it at knuckleballer on this one? Tackling, the man was not a tackler, but let's see. I would say he's more of a pursuit. So we can put Seeker, which is our pursuit rating, at a Hall of Famer. He didn't strip much. Increased tackle when tackle the ball force field, tackling rating. Okay, so here's what I do. I'm thinking on this one. For Seeker, the pursuit rating. He may not tackle you, but he'll pursue you because he has the speed to catch a receiver, catch a running back, and allow the team to make a tackle. So his pursuit rating is going to be very high just because his speed is so fast, so high. And then fear tactic reduces the receiver's ability to catch in traffic when they're vicinity. Deion had that fear tactic because he was a highlight machine on the field. When you threw his way, they had to know where he was at all times on the field, because if you threw it in his way, he was going to pick the ball. So that fear tactic ability, it's going to affect the quarterback and the receiver that he's covering. So I feel like he had that trepidation, that fear factor that made him so iconic on the field. And you know, with his ability to pick the ball and make those game-breaking plays, fear tactic has to be at a Hall of Fame level. So we have 1 legend, which is Seeker, and 1 at Hall of Fame, which is fear tactic. And it says we have built a supreme smotherer, a supreme patroller, a pure speedster. We have a slot and free safety. We know we made a corner build, and our offensive assessment is a role player, and our defensive assessment is a superstar, which is exactly what he was, the Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Prime time, baby. That's the build, crew. Deion Sanders, prime time, coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, and an absolute legend in the game, Hall of Famer. Like I said, he played for multiple teams. I remember him most playing for the Cowboys and the 49ers, but I heard stories like from my brothers and my dad when he played for the Atlanta Falcons, and even watching his documentaries and just like looking at his journey from, you know, college to the NFL and now into coaching college football. It's been incredible, man. I think this guy is an amazing marketer. He knows how to brand himself. He knows how to have that attention, but not only just like have and create the attention, but to capitalize and maximize it, right? Because you can talk a good game, but to be able to perform after all that, you know, selling wolf tickets, you got to freaking be able to perform. And he had the ability to perform once he sold all those wolf tickets, crew. And that's what made Deion an absolute legend in the game. And I appreciate this build and this recommendation. It's a lot of fun building these, you know, these iconic players, these Hall of Famers that are in my generation when I grew up playing ball. And I just feel like they just transcended the game. Deion just had that swagger, that presence about him that made him, you know, a one of one on the field. He was always wearing that do-rag back in the day. Like, you know how Tupac wore a do-rag or that bandana on the field? Deion had it. Once he pulled it off, he had that, like when he's in the Cowboys, he had that blue one, that blue or white. San Francisco had the red. Just like a super clean player, man. Had a lot of style, had a lot of, you know, finesse, swagger, but played the game exceptionally well. And it was just iconic and a lot of fun watching him back in the day as a kid. And had fun building this one, crew. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you want to see any other builds in the comments. Just drop the recommendation and, you know, I'll build it out for you, baby. But that'll do it for this video, crew. You know what to do, the thing like we do on YouTube. Hit the like, sub, notification, all that good stuff. And check out what we have in the descriptions on our website, qsn.gg, where we have our gaming gummies right here. And the reason why I started QSN, crew, is I'm a lifelong gamer, I'm a lifelong athlete, and I want to bring the two worlds together. I know how important it is to have performance in our life by eating healthy, working out, and just having a strong community around us, crew. And I want to bring everything it takes to be a supreme and exceptional athlete into the gaming space. And taking care of your bodies is what it's all about, so we can do what we love the most, playing video games, spending time with our loved ones, and just having an all-around healthy lifestyle facilitates that, crew. So check out everything we have on qsn.gg and get dialed into what we have going over there, crew. But I appreciate you. I love you. We will catch you on the next video. And until then, crew, always stay laser focused on your dreams and your vision, and remember that you're in control. Much love, baby. Peace.